If you're running Google Ads to generate leads or run a local service company, this is a feature within Google that a lot of people don't know about, and that's simply just having your ads appear on the Google map, or better known, or you probably heard it as serving your ads on the map pack. So this is just a Google Help article, pretty straightforward. It's really easy to do, actually. I wouldn't even say it's like a hidden feature. It's just something people typically overlook when setting up their campaigns or ad account. Straightforward, it's as simple as it seems. It's just having your search ads appear in the Google Maps section. So that may look something like this. Now, I am on desktop, so it's going to look drastically different on desktop than it would on mobile, which is where it's going to be more prominent. But for example, these are all Google business profiles, aka this is the map pack, right? This is the Google Maps section. I'm not in search. We can see at the very top, this is sponsored. It looks much different than a single text or a search ad, but really it's pretty straightforward because it shows you where they are. You can see their business profile, and the only call to action is typically a phone call. You can also click website or get directions. But this is super, super good, and we run it on a lot of our local lead gen clients, and it really kills it. So let me go ahead and show you how it actually works and explain it. But first, let's talk about how to set it up. So pull up your account, go to the campaign level, and then within there, you're going to go ahead on the left-hand side and click Assets. And it's actually just an asset or an extension. So once you're in this screen, you go to Location, and this is where you can actually add in your Google Business Profile. So we already have one linked, and you can see last month it generated 24 phone calls, right? And you can see specifically the data as it's technically different than the search campaign. Like the search campaign includes the data from this, but this is the isolated data of the Google Map Pack performance, right? So you can see this is the Google Business Profile we have associated with this campaign. Campaign's at the top. This is the one associated with this campaign. You can see how much it spent. It's all conversions, which include things like website clicks or directions. But main one we care about is phone calls. So he generated 24 phone calls in March off of $870 spent through his Google Business Profile ad or Google Map Pack ad, whatever you want to call it. Now to actually add it, it's pretty straightforward. You're just in location, you just click this big blue plus button, and then you go ahead and sync to your Google Business Profile, right? So mine looks different because it's already synced and stuff, but you would just find yours here, or it might have you type in your business name and filter it down. And then you want to ensure you're logged in with the email that's associated with your business profile. If your Google Ads account email is different than the business profile email, you're going to want to grant access, vice versa. That way you can just go ahead, hop in, and sync it pretty easily. And then sometimes you might have to filter it down by your business name if you have more than one map profile or more than one business profile, right? Like I have multiple, right? So because I have access to a lot of clients, I have access to a lot of business profiles. So typically I won't have more than one here. I'll have many. Or I won't just have one here, I'll have many. So it'll allow me to filter it down by name, and you would just type in the business name exactly as it appears or as it is configured in the Google business profile section. So I would basically copy and paste this and make it so it only shows this one exactly, including every part of it. And that's as simple as it is to actually sync the map pack. And just for a little bit of a better explanation, we can go ahead and review their article where they actually break it down, right? So step-by-step instruction, super basic again. You're going to want to navigate to the location asset within your Google Ads account, and then you're going to want to enable it and add in your business profile, right? Again, this stuff is actually just at the search campaign level. So all your location targeting and keywords and stuff, that's defined by your search campaign. This isn't like a separate campaign type or a separate ad type. It's technically just an asset or an extension. Pretty straightforward. But it makes your ads now eligible to serve in this format is technically how I would explain it. Can't change how it looks or anything. Obviously, like this is just pulled from your Google business. All it's doing is syncing your business profile to your ads and making your business profile eligible to serve in replace of like a text ad, for example. Sometimes both at the same time. Now this is pretty cool too because it will generate different conversion goals the moment you import it and sync it. And after it starts collecting data, you'll notice these new goals automatically created in your account. These are considered Google hosted goals. Now, most of the time I remove these because they're relevant and marked as primary. But if you're like a tow truck company or, really any company, you're going to want to leave this one on most. These are actual phone calls made through your map pack ad. So this is super important. You definitely want to keep that on and running so you can track the amount of calls you get from that ad type. Whereas the other two, probably not so much important, right? Like Do you really care how many people click get directions? And again, that would just be this button here. So this is called clicks to call, right? We want to keep that. This would be called get directions. 90% of the time we turn that off just because we don't care how many people are clicking get directions to our business. Now, if you're like a coffee shop or some sort of like brick and mortar, then yeah, you probably want to keep that on because that's kind of like tracking foot traffic. And then the other ones are kind of irrelevant. Like you can also track and see how many people click your business profile ad and then click navigate to your website. Like that's just kind of redundant and annoying. We don't really need to know how many people went to our website through this. We typically just care about phone calls. And obviously it'll serve mostly on mobile. Like this is a good example of how it looks, but typically it's just as simple as it being in the actual search bar, right? So if I'm at towing near me, for example, let's see if we get an ad. You have your typical PPC text ads here. You get a couple of them. You scroll down, and it would look like this. It would be underneath the text ads in this business map pack. So this is the 3, right? The big 3 everyone talks about. Sometimes this first one here will say sponsored. Maybe if I refresh, we'll get lucky and we'll be able to see it. I guess not, but if we click it, boom, you see it, it's sponsored. So the first one's sponsored. It's just a good way to kind of serve your ads in multiple places, especially when you're running text ads, business profile ads, and then LSA ads, right? You can kind of really dominate it. So definitely ensure that you set these up. I will go ahead and link this article as well, just because this probably does a very good job of explaining it and simplifies it a lot more than I did.